Welcome back, folks. I'm Frizz, and today I'd like to take some time to talk about the current state of the Oracle class and how it might change going forward. Oracles are the dedicated class for spontaneous divine spellcasting, and they easily have some of my favorite flavoring for any class in the system, period. They are going to be getting a bit of a brush up in Player Core 2 next year, and while we don't know the exact details of what it will entail, I can at least make some speculations based on my current opinions on the class. As of right now, Oracles are a really cool but also super complicated class. In case you weren't aware, Oracles have an otherworldly connection to a particular mystery, which gives them special abilities in spellcasting, but using those abilities strains their body in the form of a really powerful curse. For instance, a Flames Mystery Oracle can shoot out tons of fire and has a lot of ways to manipulate fire, but that comes at the cost of slowly penalizing their vision and eventually literally lighting themselves on fire. Oracles have easily some of the most interesting intersections of flavor and mechanics in the entire game, and I'm absolutely here for it. The downside is that this leads to the class having tons and tons of interlocking moving parts. Every curse has multiple stages that all give different effects, and moving between different stages is based on casting revelation focus spells and refocusing. This can lead to some interesting situations where you have to juggle how many focus points you have at the moment, when do you actually want to refocus, what stage of the curse do you want to be at, and what stage of the curse can you survive being at. I think that it's a fantastic idea for a class mechanic, but it does add a lot of complexity that can honestly feel pretty clunky. Even if Paizo didn't say that they were going to be making some changes to the Oracle, which they did, we would at least know that they're going to be making some adjustments, seeing as they're changing how refocusing works. The new rules will allow for focus points to be used way more frequently, seeing as after every fight, PCs can just refocus over and over again until they get all of their focus points back. Now, that means that the Oracle is gonna have to be changed, since Oracles have a lot of incredibly cool focus spells, but as it is right now, they can't use them over and over again in a fight because they're gonna overuse their curse. And just right now, Oracles just do not function with the new rules for refocusing, so obviously they're going to have to be changed. One of my two major issues with the Oracle as it stands right now is just the clunky nature of your curse. It's not outrageously complicated to change the level of your curse, but it does really put a barrier between the class and new players, which is a damn shame. I'm expecting this to be addressed in Player Core 2 no matter what, since, like I said just a moment ago, the refocus system is getting changed. But I have a couple of more specific hopes. For instance, something as simple as reducing the stage of your curse being optional would be a huge benefit, because, a lot of the time you actually want to have your curse to be high, because you get benefits from it. And having those kind of be forced to be reset to be able to use your cool focus spells is a shame. So having it be optional or having a bit more control over it would really make the class feel better. My other main issue with the Oracle is one that I feel is a lot less likely to get directly addressed, since it's basically just that the Divine Spell List doesn't work great for every mystery. Oracles are not inherently related to deities like clerics, which can really limit the usefulness of some of the divine spells. But my main issue is that there just aren't that many spells for some mysteries. You hardly have access to any fire spells if you're a Flames Oracle, despite the fact that you get bonuses for casting fire spells. This makes the Divine Access feat basically mandatory for most Oracles, which is really disappointing because in general, Pathfinder 2e has moved away from feat taxes. I'm not certain if baking Divine Access directly into the mysteries themselves would be a good way of approaching it. But I want something to help, like Flames Oracles and Tempest Oracles, and how even Time Oracles get more spells that are actually directly associated with their mystery. Oracles are a really fun class, and while I haven't played one personally, all 3 of the Oracles I've played with have been really entertaining. Seriously, the flavor that is automatically added to characters who are cursed just for using their powers is incredible, and it's always really fun to see an Oracle use that curse to their advantage. I don't think that Oracles are a bad class, not at all, but I certainly think that their usability, and honestly, ease of use, could be dramatically increased in the Pathfinder 2e remaster. Thanks for watching. One of these days I'll get around to playing an Oracle. The flavor that the class provides is basically unparalleled. But what are your thoughts on the Oracle? Let me know in a comment down below, and while you're down there, please consider taking the time to subscribe and consider joining the channel as a member. If you're able to support me, it really does mean the world to me. But regardless, until I see you next, live a wonderful life.